we are gonna be what reviewing Mr. Push 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 King, mother, who started the Mundo play. ALOIS obviously a very good player, also a good coach, highly recommend him. Yeah, we need to see what's up with this Mundo. First, what makes Mundo strong? I think a lot of you have probably seen Mundo in your game, either on your team or enemy team, being quite behind in terms of like maybe have died a lot or whatnot, but the thing that makes it so OP is the demolish. Like if you give him just a sliver of time on the tower, he's just gonna eat that shit. What else? His ult, of course, anti-heal is not that OP versus him. Then his passive CC to immune, super high burst damage and insane scaling, but not so weak in early game. Can always farm in the sense that he doesn't have to walk up and get punished. He can always farm or XP range. Let's go into the laning phase. He's playing against Shen here, and Shen is also not a champion that can like straight up just eat you in the laning phase, right? He's not a strong laner, he's just a decent laner. He also has Ignite, so he is decently strong, but he's not OP. He can just brute force his way onto you. So his goal in the early laning phase should be to just farm with Q and take what's given. This is what I would initially say. I have not watched much of Mundo, but this is my initial thoughts, obviously looking at it. Just have to accept, and something to also notice, right, is like 7 minions equals level 2, so he just backs off and takes what's given. Another thing is trying to avoid the wave coming in as early as possible, trying like as late as possible, in the sense that, for example, on a champ like Malphite, where I would say Mundo is quite similar, is if you can avoid the slow push back into enemy where you can get ganked, the better. So if you're able to hold the wave, or you're able to make the wave come to you later, it is way better. In the sense that this next incoming wave is not slow pushing, but then the wave after that is going to be slow pushing. So for example, holding a fake freeze where you walk up and let him know that you're going to be holding it is also something that's going to be like very good here. Like look, this is also something he's doing. He's fake holding. This is exactly what I mean. Like what Shen needs to do here to avoid this happening, when he takes this next minion, he needs to walk up at Mundo's face and get him to walk back. But he's not doing that. So when Shen walks back, Mundo stands still. When Shen walks forward, Mundo walks back. This way, if he's able to hold just these 3 minions, it's so OP for his laning phase, because it's not going to be slow pushing back into him. Right? And here he's doing it. Shen isn't walking up. Now it's too late. He's giving him what he needs. And he's able to hold the 3 minions. Because the laning phase is, again, like, take what's given. What are people willing to give you? And the more you know, the better fundamentals you have, the more you can get out of the lane phase. And the faster you will scale, basically. You see? So now this wave isn't the one slow pushing. It's gonna be slow pushing if you're like not gonna touch it for a while, but they're obviously gonna be playing it a little bit, right? And then through that, he's able to trade, because Shin is not able to taunt him. When he walks up for the cannon, this is an incentive. When he walks up for the cannon, he can play it. He walks up for the cannon, and he takes the trade, and now he will be slow pushing from a way better position, rather than slow pushing full HP to full HP. And if he's able to crash this first initial slow push, he's chilling his ass off. And I would say initially, in this situation, because this wave is not cannon, he should be trying to one-shot the wave. If this wave was cannon, let's say, just for educational purposes, this wave was cannon, the one that just arrived, I would say slow push one more wave and play it safe. But because it's not cannon, I would say it's totally fine what he's doing, which is one-shotting this wave and getting the hell out of there. Because if Shen is freezing, he will be tanking for quite some time, and he can just TP back and play it from a safe distance with with a lot of HP in the bank, rather than playing it with 0 HP. Plus, Shen is running Ignite, so it's not like he will be matching the TP. Yeah, and then Shen is freezing, and he's just gonna TP back and get the push in. And this is super good. If you're Mundo now, you're super happy, because this is your weakest stage of the lane and the biggest threat in early game. Getting frozen on and not being able to respond and then getting ganked. I mean, he has ult, but he has Ignite the Shen, so still just playing it a bit safe, which I think makes a lot of sense. Here we can also just try to hold him in lane. Fucking demolish. I mean, this is nice, but the goal is just to hold him in lane, because this way he never gets to base without having to ult for coming back to lane on his jungler or something like that. Right, so by proxying here, you're forcing him to stay again. And at this stage, I assume he will base because of Kayn, maybe. Yeah. Oh, we see Kayn bot lane now, so actually he could proxy another wave just to force him to stay. Okay, back to the game. I mean, playing for 1 item spike and playing for getting the tier 1 is the next objective. But I assume he cannot just walk up and take it in his face. We need to know jungle position. Shin is angry. But surely he cannot just kill him straight up. Yeah, Kayn is here. That's how it is. And Nico's here. Yeah, he has 1 item. So yeah, the one thing that I wanted to talk about here that you guys need to learn. This is not just Mundo specific, this is all champ specific. When you're pushing, you have options. 1, are you gonna hit plates? So we're just gonna do like plates. Plates. 2, base. Or 3, vision. So in this case, he cannot take the plates. So plate is not a play. Vision, he doesn't have any vision to take because he has this, right? So basing just makes more sense. And he has 1 item, so it's perfect. When you have item spike, base. Okay, you have to find the base timer. If he could take the tower here, he should take the tower first. But he cannot because we have full control on bot side, which means they have full control on top side. Yeah, and at this stage, trading HP is always worth it because he has Womox. So trading HP is always worth. Literally always worth. Look at him. He can take any shit trade and it's a good trade. Because he has Womox and his ult, worst case. And he can just walk up and say, fuck you, this is my tower. Because I'm just gonna heal back to full. It is so fucking annoying, guys. It's so annoying. This is what you all hate about this plague, me included. He gets the wave, so even if he dies, it's whatever. But he doesn't die. Fuck this champion. Yeah. Unfortunate, his team wants to die. Basically, there's nothing to fight over. He already got the tower. And he's just playing for the wave. He gets the wave. There's nothing to fight over. But I get it. I get it. I get why you want to fight. But, and he's also running out, right? He doesn't want to take this fight. It doesn't make sense. He got the wave. He's chilling. He got the tower. He's sitting on 1.3k gold. He's mega OP. Just get the fuck out. But yeah, team die. Unfortunate. Team noob. Okay, at this stage, mid game. Mid game as Mundo. What do we have to think about? What do we have to think about? We have to think about how can we put as much pressure as possible. If enemy gives me a centimeter, 1 centimeter, I take 1 meter. Okay, and what I mean by that is if you are left alone on side lane, it equals tower is dead. So we have to look for that. Where to go on site. Like what side to go on. What side to go on. That would be the other side of the objective. Okay. Let's see. So the next objective would be Dragon. Now he doesn't have TP. And he doesn't really want to swap sides with Ari because he has to match the Asir. If he doesn't match Asir will just take over because Ari is so far behind. She will get stabbed by him. And I like what he does here. He offers no value on mid. So just give the mid tower and get the pressure on bot. That way forcing them to come. Even if he has TP here, he doesn't want a TP. Because he's just gonna fall behind. You can't afford to fall behind. You need to take and play for yourself. It's a bit unfortunate that he used Demolish on the Asir tower. else he would just eat this tower straight up. It's already gone. And that might be the reason why he's not getting it. Okay, he got demolished up again, so tower is gone. 1.2k damage, because why not? And now he's a monster. Yeah, and this is how you carry the game. And this is exactly what we talked about, right? This is exactly what we talked about. And he's also giving good comps. Guys, it's free game. Can't die. Play with me. Yeah, he gets null magic and ruby. So that's why I would say basing before, after getting this, like after getting the T2, basing now, like looking for base timer now is way better, because then he's playing with team. Because now when he's basing, look, when he's basing, his whole team wants to play. And he doesn't have TP, so he cannot just match and play. And then people are dying. You can always say, like, look, why the fuck are you playing while I'm basing? But he could, yeah. He could, and he should aim to play with his teammates' tempo. That's why I don't really like this fight. And yeah, if he had Heartsteel, he would one-shot the Varus and whatnot, blah blah blah. But he has item, so basing just makes more sense, and then we can play from there. Now game is super stable, and would you look at that? 1 centimeter becomes 1 meter. And we talk in English, we talk in European terms, because no one knows miles and feet and whatnot. Not even the Americans. Alright, guys. That's tier 2 of the map. He's almost 3 items. He takes his tier 2 and then he's TPing to the fight. Because he is super OP, he's ready to fight. Makes a lot of sense. There's no reason to push for the tier 3. And off that, they will get Atakan because he's a monster. No one can touch him. I think if Kindred ults here early, they just stomp the fight. Because it is 4v5, right? And Mundo has ult and he's very OP. Anyone is literally dead to him. But Kindred is slow and ult, so I think it's totally fine to go for this play. It is totally fine. And Arcir is also not 3 items. Alright, anyways, now he should base immediately and get 3 items, which he did. It's good. What's the play now? What is the play now? We should take fights. We have 3 items. No more side laning, because we are going to be playing for tier 3s, which is not reliable. It's not good gold. It's fine gold, but getting tier 3 is not amazing. It doesn't make you feel great about yourself as Mundo. When you have these spikes, you fight. And this is, again, not just Mundo specific. If you are playing Fiora and you have 3 items to enemies 2.5 item or 2 items, what the fuck is he doing? Then you should fight. So play your play your sides, push, and then move to the fight. Don't split anymore. Fight. Let's see what he does. Let's see what he does. It's also good that they're playing. I don't really like going through mid here. I think it's honestly fine what they do, in the sense that they're playing through the Mundo. Because if you go through mid, you're just gonna die. Mundo is the guy to carry, so Sivir has to just farm and try to, what's it called? Try to link up. Because if they go through mid, they're just gonna be on the back foot. But going through bot, you're splitting 50-50. We get bot side, you get mid side. This way we can actually have like somewhat of an even fight, because if they went mid, let's say all 3 went mid here, you just lose the mid push, and then you have to go through the bomb mine of the waves, right? Of the wars and the fuck of war, which is not nice. But going through bot, you at least are able to split off and cut off. So we get this side, you get this side. Like roughly. I'm talking fundamentally, but it's not just like that. It's not just like that. Makes sense? And then they decide to give dragon, but instead push mid and play for mid, which is also totally fine in this instance because the fight isn't for free. It's so OP. I mean, Febin is not respecting whatsoever, right? He doesn't understand that he cannot just do this to Mundo. And that's pretty much game. That's pretty much game. It will only get harder from here. Mundo will only get stronger. God damn. That's it. That's it. That's how it's done. Alright, so to sum up a little bit here. Jesus Christ. Man is sitting at 11k. He's eating good. He is eating good. To sum up a little bit here. What makes Mundo strong? Demolish, right? I mean, let's not talk about all this, but this is what makes Mundo strong. You can pause and look at it, right? Planning of early game, you have to take what's given. Don't try to pressure too hard. Don't try to force things. You don't need to. You don't need to. Risk versus reward in the sense that the lower the risk, the better. So mid game versus Mundo. How can we put as much pressure as possible? That's the first question you should ask yourself. Well, let's do this. If enemy gives me a centimeter, take 1 meter. If you're left alone on site, take like towers dead. So always try to get the tier 2s. Always aim for the tier 2s. That's your consistent gold income. Big item spikes, push for and fight, not push, push, push. Tier 2s off the map, job's done. Job's done for your mid game. And playing for tier 3s is rarely worth it. Good, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it, guys.